Alrighty, welcome back to the Jumpin to Reality podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Timmy Roosevelt Anderson.
And I'm your co-host, Colton Pratt.
Alrighty, and today with us here today, we have... How do I introduce this man? I can't introduce him how I did our last guest. How do I introduce him? This guy here, he's the guy that, you need one thing done. He's going to do 10,000 other things for you. This guy also... he's very direct, comes with a lot of experience in his positions and in his thing. Our guest today is the one and only front of house shift leaders, the Bloxburg Chick-Fil-A, Carpolitia.
Hello.
How are you doing today, Carp?
Doing great, Tim. Thank you for having me. What a great show this is. What a great thing Chick-fil-A Bloxburg is.
Literally, that's what we all say. So I'm gonna let Colton start us off today, and then I will jump into my questions.
All right, so hey, I'm Colton. I've been working as a shift leader for the Bloxburg Chick-fil-A for just a little bit now, maybe over a month, and it's really fun. You learn a lot, make new friends, things like that.
Yes.
Alrighty, and Clark, if you would like to introduce yourself, you can.
Yeah, sure. Hello, I'm Clark Carpolitia, shift leader here, with Bloxburg Chick-fil-A front of house, 2049. Been shift leader for, like a week or two, but, kind of became a shift leader when we were first starting up things. Really excited in my position here, working on, ensuring that we have a realistic but also a fun setting for our employees and, our guests, so I hope to accomplish that in any way possible, and of course, have a great time.
Alrighty, and everyone, you all know me. I'm Dr. Timmy Roosevelt Anderson. I am the front of house hospitality director at Bloxburg Chick-fil-A, and I'm also your host here of the Jumping into Reality Live podcast. So, getting into today, Mr. Clark. So, we all know you make great, and I mean great accomplishments in the Bloxburg Chick-fil-A community, but not just the Chick-fil-A community, but all of the Bloxburg community. Would you agree?
I'd say so, sure.
The sure is wild. So we're gonna get into some questions for you. Get the basic overview of your, how you doing and everything like that. So, our first question we're gonna ask you today is this what you thought you would be doing as a child? Like as a kid, is this the job you thought you were gonna do when you grow up?
To be honest with you, not really. I mean, but then again, I can say that about everything I've done through Roblox. To be honest with you, it's extremely fun to play. It offers a realistic standard, and it's a fun roleplay experience that I think myself and others can enjoy. And but to answer your question, no, I never would have imagined myself being a shift leader in in Bloxburg.
Right. And I can say the same for myself. I never would have thought, I would have been saying like, oh, now, I worked at Chick-fil-A in real life, but it was like, I never thought that I would have, been a shift leader. Well, not shift leader, but a hospitality director in a Bloxburg game. Basically, it's like I really just switched and said, okay, like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, this is wow, this is something new, this is different, like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
But before we continue, we're going to go into one quick break, and then we will resume. Alrighty, and we're back. Welcome back to the Jumpin to Reality podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Timmy Anderson, and today our guest here with us, we have Carpolitia. So, getting back on this question, we ended off asking you, are you where you expected yourself to be as a, growing up? You're like, oh, you would see a garbage truck and be like, "Oh, I want to do that when I get older," or you would see a police officer, "Oh, I want to be that." Is this the job you thought you were going to be doing?
Definitely not. To be honest with you, this is like far beyond what I originally thought I was going to be doing in general. To be honest with you, I mean, I was like getting in real life, getting ready for getting back to my schooling and stuff, and then was like, oh, this looks fun. Saw a video from Cider, as the majority of us did. So
Yes,
watched it,
yes.
joined the community, and was like, this is actually really nicely set up. Joined as an employee and worked my way up to shift leader. So no, it's interesting to say the least.
Literally, very, very interesting. I will agree with you on that. So, we've all had our fair share of um experiences, we could call them, with employees and customers at the Bloxburg Chick-Fil-A. What would you say was your most craziest?
Well, I would say we have had a guest with a lawnmower come through the drive-through. Um, so I definitely crazy. They actually ordered a fair share of food though. Not sure where it went, but yep, came with a lawnmower. One person came in with like a trolley for carrying boxes. So I'm not exactly sure how that worked out, but we also have we have the fair share of guests who come through and maybe perhaps have a complaint or two about our service or how quick we may or slow we may be. A team member. That's really the norm though with working in any position such as this. Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
that's.
also,
Go ahead.
we've also had the health department walking in and then seeing a rat infestation, which is not a good thing to mention in this platform. But regardless, we have had it solved. But yeah, so it wasn't fun, but just as a reminder, don't put rats in your restaurant. It's a key reminder.
Please don't. I would hate to eat there. Getting into some real life news though. Speaking about the rats, did you hear about the situation where the woman and her daughter went through the Burger King drive-through, and I guess when the little girl bit into the food, she told the mama, she was like, "Mama, I didn't want ketchup." And then the mama took the burger and everything, and it was like the burger and the fries and the whole bag of food was just full of blood. Did you hear about that?
I did not. That's wow. Hmm.
Yes, like that. No, this is like a real, like this is an actual, like it was on the news and everything. I was like, what?
Wow.
Like, how did like
I,
what?
I, I, I did hear a story of someone coming through a Whataburger and then a rat jumped in the fryer.
Oh my
Um,
god!
so they may have had their chicken sandwich and then a fried rat as the
Yeah,
protein, but not good, not the greatest tasting thing, but I mean, I
it's
guess that's your
something.
preference. It's certainly something.
Now, are you a Georgia football fan?
I don't dabble in football a lot, but I have seen a few of their games, and I would say I'm somewhat of a fan, but the fan of them.
Okay. Well, released 1 hour ago, we have four-star defensive line recruit Christian Garrett has decommitted from the Georgia Bulldogs.
Oh,
Originally, he committed to the Bulldogs on June 9th and has been committed for just over 2 months, but he has officially decommitted.
wow.
Yeah, how do you think this is going to affect them?
I mean, again, I'm not huge in football, but looking at it, it does appear it's going to take a serious hit for their team. So best of luck. But obviously, whatever's best for the player.
Really, really, really. Getting into some Olympic news. Um, Olympics finished today, I believe. They're having the closing ceremony today. I believe they said they had Snoop Dogg and a couple other people there. Um, but going into like I'm believing the winners. Look at some of these look at this medal table. If we go to the top five, I just want your opinion based off of this. With number 5, in the 5th place, we have France with 64 medals in total. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I think France is great. However, I did look at the leaderboard and was actually I don't say shocked, but I was it was very the results were very interesting. But I'm happy for the American team.
Yes, and in 4th place, we have Australia with 53 medals altogether.
Now, what is funny is I noticed earlier today. I think they were actually they were in 5th place, but I'm happy to hear that they progressed up to 4th.
Yeah, and then in 3rd we have Japan with 45 medals altogether.
Wow.
And then in 2nd we have, of course, what people would consider the worldwide leader, China, with 91 medals altogether, 40 of them being gold.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 1st, of course, the team United States of America with 126 medals altogether and 40 of them being gold.
Yes.
And that is not a shocker to me because, that's just, the basic, that's just how things are this day and time. Like, I feel like America is just taking over everything.
Yes. And I mean, it kind of reflects in a lot of a part of our social life is, America is kind of constantly striving to be the best, and with that, they try to get the best.
Yes. Like, they really are, like, America is taking over in a lot of things. Getting into some more news, worldwide news. So someone sent me a list earlier today of 14 mistakes that you can make while ordering at Chick-Fil-A, and they sent me a list of how to avoid them. I want to see if you agree with this list or not.
Okay.
It's gonna be a little crazy, okay? The first one is waiting in line. They say you should avoid waiting in lines. They say because the high standards that they tend to draw a crowd, and if it's hot and there's fresh chicken, that you should avoid the line. They said due to the app.
Well,
they said you should now get into the mobile through line.
I mean, it is helpful, but I think regardless, you'll be in a line wherever you go.
Really, because in this day and time, I feel like no matter where you go, there's a line. Like, you can go to Dollar Tree and there's going to be a line, like, to the back of the store.
Yeah.
Second, they say not getting saucy. They say you should not get sauces with your food.
I mean, I think it's more a personal preference. I mean, in the end, it doesn't slow down the drive-through or like the front counter experience significantly, unless you have like 15 million sauces. So.
Yeah, and then they say, third, they say only get fried chicken. They say don't get the grilled chicken, don't get salads, don't get grilled nuggets. They say only get fried chicken.
I mean, if again, it goes back to personal preference for me at least.
And then they say only get fries. They say don't get mac and cheese or fruit cups and all that. They say only get fries.
It appears to me that the maker of the list kind of had the intentions of if you want to get through the line in under 3 minutes.
I believe that's really what they had going on in their mind. Next, they say don't get the seasonal treats, meaning the peach milkshake or the maple pepper bacon sandwich.
Well, I personally like both, so I have to disagree with that.
Okay, the whole thing though, I absolutely hate, and I mean hate, the maple pepper bacon sandwich. It is disgusting. I don't see how y'all eat it.
I do have coworkers who do not like it. Like it's
disgusting.
I think it's like the pimento cheese that they had previously. Like
I don't know what it is.
You either love it or you hate it. Like there's no in between.
And next up, they say you should skip dessert. Now, me personally, I don't get dessert, but
yeah, I mean, it's not like an everyday thing. But I mean, like if I'm feeling it, I'm gonna get me like once or twice, just if I want it.
Then they say order usual sodas. They say don't mix up the sodas. Don't try to be fancy. Now, me personally, I'm a basic person. I'm gonna go to Chick-Fil-A and I'm either just gonna get either a lemonade or an Arnold Palmer, or the best soda there is, a basic Dr. Pepper.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Again, personal preference, but I'm like you. I don't try to get too complicated though with it.
So I feel like me, I just think that I wouldn't say that sodas are overrated, but they're overrated, you could say.
Yeah.
Next up, they say don't get free food. So they're saying don't use your free points that you earn in the app.
Wait, so they want you to use the app, but they don't want you to use the free points.
I'm guessing so. They say that's a reason, but I don't. It's kind of long. They wrote like 3 paragraphs of why you shouldn't get the free food.
Bro, look here's the thing. I don't know about you, but personally, if I get free food, I'm gonna use that free food. I mean,
literally, I'm going to.
Like,
I earned it.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, unless you just don't want to get the stuff that you earn, then that's your choice. But I'll be taking my free Chick-Fil-A sandwich and milkshake. Thank you very much.
Like, I can go to McDonald's all day long. Like, if I pull up my app right now, I probably have like 5,000, almost 10,000, maybe 6,000 points on the McDonald's app, but I never use them.
Yep.
Like, I literally get emails like every month. Like every time, like a month or two later after I go to McDonald's, to be like, use your points before this date or they'll expire. But like, I ain't been to McDonald's in so long. Chick-fil-A though, like I use them. I don't know why, but I use them so often.
Yeah.
Next one, they say skip the salads.
I mean, so my view on that is that I mean, like I do like some of the Chick-fil-A salads. I think it's also a thing to like if you're going for a fast food environment, you know, it's hard and kind of annoying at times to be picky about salads. But I mean, then again, if that is what you want, then I mean, I'm not gonna hate you for it. So
yeah. Next up, they say only swing by for lunch. They say you shouldn't go for breakfast or you shouldn't go for dinner. You should only go for lunch.
I mean, from my experience, lunches sometimes been the more busier. So
very true, like very true. They're more busier around the lunch period. And as an employee of there, I can tell you that they are way more busier during the lunch period.
Yeah.
Next up, they say order your sandwiches without pickles. They say do no pickles. First of anybody that believes that part, you're disgusting. Because who wants a sandwich without pickles? Like, who wants a chicken sandwich without pickles? Like, you're missing the crunch.
Yeah. I mean, like, okay, the only reason I can see you doing that is like, and someone else told me this. I work with told me this hack is like, what they'll do is in order to ensure that they get like a quote fresh and quote sandwich is they'll get it with no pickles and they'll get a side of pickles and like a fork and they'll just like put it on the sandwich manually. But I'm also like, you know, if you want like a fresh sandwich, just like add butter to it or something, or just you know you don't have to take the pickles off just so you can put pickles back on it.
Literally. Next up, they say don't upgrade it at home. I guess they're saying, you know, don't go home and add everything else to it. I don't know who does that, but okay.
Yeah.
But next they're saying that this is really a throw off. They're saying that you shouldn't earn rewards when you order. So first they want us to order through the app, but then they want us to not get the free food, and then now they're also telling us to not even earn the points when we order our food. What?
I'm very confused.
I'm very confused with that, and that is our 16 from that. What do you, 14? I mean, what do you think about that?
I disagree / just don't understand the majority, if not every point. So,
next up, we're gonna get into some more football stuff. The Chiefs, Super Bowl winners of the 2024 season, Kansas City Chiefs. No, I said that wrong. 2023 season, the Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl winner. They got burnt. They're getting burnt by the new NFL kickoff rule. Even the officiating crews were confused by this unusual safety.
Yeah.
So best I'm guessing what happened was basically I'm guessing that there's a new rule with kickoffs that you can't kick off at a certain period of time. And I'm guessing that whatever happened, it confused the refs as well. But how, as an officiate, like as a ref, how can you get confused with rules that you're supposed to know of?
Sometimes I wonder if they
Like,
add rules just to just to get at the people who they don't like.
I really do be thinking that sometimes. Next up, we're gonna get into some Hollywood news. Tom Cruise, the famous Spider-Man actor, brings Hollywood magic to the Paris Olympics closing ceremony late tonight.
Oh.
It is stated that Tom Cruise descended. I repeat, he descended into the Stade de France from the roof to the floor to help the city hand over the reins to Los Angeles for the 2028 games.
Huh.
So, with that being said, if you don't know, in 2028, the Olympic Games will be held in Los Angeles, California. So, if you know what that means, the Olympics are making their way to America, and it's gonna be a time.
Yeah.
Now, in my opinion, I think this is really gonna cause some chaos. What do you think?
Yeah. I don't think it'll. I mean, it's also one of the things where it's like maybe people don't want maybe people don't want like that type of crowd in their city or whatever. But I mean, it'll. I think people have different opinions on it.
Mm-hmm. So next up, we're going to get into a very controversial topic, which we might get canceled for after entering these. Chicken.
Chicken.
Fast food chains. The best, who has the best, who has the worst. We're going to get into that today. So, we have the top, this was not made by me before anybody tries to come for me. We have what is considered the top 15 chicken companies. And we're going to see if we agree with this list. Clark, you ready?
All right.
So, in the 15th spot, we have Gus's world famous fried chicken. Now, have you had Gus's, Clark?
I've not actually. That's it.
You
I'm not
haven't.
sure how to.
Now, with Gus's, this is the true fact. Gus's, my hometown. I'm originally from Bloxburg, Tennessee. For the people that don't know, that's where the second original Gus's was created. So the son of the husband and wife that created Gus's, the son, he created a franchise. I can take credit. He now runs the Dyersburg location, which was the second ever location of Gus's Fried Chicken. So that's just an interesting fact for those that don't know. If you want to visit the second oldest Gus's Fried Chicken, visit Dyersburg, Tennessee. It's there. Next up, this place I've never had. It's called Bonchon. It's Korean style fried chicken. Now I've never had it, so I can't speak on it. Maybe you have though, Clark.
I don't think so.
All right, we will just skip over that one. We won't say anything. But I will say this: I do think that Gus's should be higher in the list. Because when you bite Gus's, there's a flaky. There's a little bit of grease. So I can't see why some people don't like grease in their chicken, but there's a flaky crunch when you bite it. So I think that's really a good plus. Like with the chicken, you don't want soft chicken.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of the things I like about fried chicken is that like it's at least it's meant to be like golden flaky and crunchy.
Yes.
And also like juicy on the inside.
Yes. Next up is Polo Campero. It's Guatemalan. Once again, I've not had it, so I cannot speak on it if it should be higher or lower in the list because I have not had it. But maybe you have.
I've not with this one. Looking at pictures, it looks good, but I mean, I don't have experience, so I don't know.
Yeah. In the 12th spot, we have PDQ, standing for People Dedicated to Quality. Looks like their main specialty is fried chicken tenders. But once again, like with this one, I have not had it either, so I can't speak on it.
Mm-hmm.
In the 11th spot, we have El Polo Loco. I'm gonna speak on this because I've had it before. In my opinion, Hispanic restaurants should stick to Hispanic food. They should. Fried chicken does not belong everywhere. Now, El Polo Loco is a Hispanic Mexican-based place. Why are we selling fried chicken? Make it make sense.
Yeah.
But then the way they do it, though, it's like they grill it first, and then they batter it and fry it.
Oh.
It's weird. In the 10th place, we have Slim's Chicken. Now, I can't speak on Slim's. I do think Slim should be lower in the list because Slim's, now I cannot lie, it tastes amazing. But Slim's, it's high. Like, it's very pricey, but you get such little quantities. Like, I think it's like $13 for a meal of 3 tenders and a side and a drink. But the tenders are like small. They're like baby tenders, basically. In the 9th place, we have Jubilee. Now, maybe you've had it. I know it's a Filipino-based thing, mainly out towards California and stuff. I haven't had it. Maybe you have.
I've not, to be honest with you.
Sorry for interrupting, but it's Jollibee.
I said that, but okay. Next up we have Wingstop. Now, Wingstop is a controversial topic. Very controversial. For those who don't know, Wingstop was created by Memphis native rapper Rick Ross. Very controversial. Now, I will say this. Wingstop has, and I stand by this, I don't care who wants to argue about it, the best, and I mean the best ranch. The best ranch.
Yes, actually, I will agree to that.
I'm behind the camera, but can I argue?
No.
It's literally Hidden Valley Ranch packets, milk and water all mixed together. It's literally
Wingstop has the best ranch. But their wings are horrible.
Yeah.
It's Hidden Valley Ranch mixed with condensed milk and water. That's all.
And it's amazing.
Okay, I'm just saying they don't home make it like other companies do.
It's amazing. And next up in the 7th position we have Zaxby's.
I agree.
Iffy, very, very iffy.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I mean, here's the one in my area. Like, I think is pretty good. So like, but I think in a more general retrospect, it's kind of. I mean,
It's yeah. In the 6th spot we have Church's Texas Fried Chicken. Now their chicken is amazing. It's just crazy. With their amazing honey butter biscuits, bro. You ever take a piece of that chicken from Church's and put it in the middle of a honey butter biscuit? You ain't gotta add no honey to it, nothing. Just put that chicken in there. It's gonna be juicy, buttery, sweet, everything you ever need. Next up we have Bojangles. I'll say this. Now, this is an issue I've had with Bojangles. The ones near me, and I absolutely hate it, do not sell actual chicken. They only sell tenders.
Oh.
So I have to go way out to Mississippi to get chicken from Bojangles. But I'm hoping they're getting a new one right outside of my neighborhood. So I'm hoping they will serve chicken. Now, if they do that, they can move up on this list. But right now, they're like a number 6 and number 7.
Yeah.
Number 4, Raising Cane's.
Okay.
I feel like that's accurate. I do feel like that's accurate.
Yeah. I mean, I would say it's I kind of agree with that.
My only complaint about Raising Cane's is, and which why I say 4 is accurate, they need to expand and branch into more locations.
Yes.
They do not have a lot of locations, which I feel like is an issue.
Yeah.
Third, we have KFC, or better known as Kentucky Fried Chicken. Did you actually know, this is the interesting fact I learned the other day, that you know why they changed their name from Kentucky Fried Chicken to KFC?
Why?
Because they weren't making real fried chicken. It's prosthetic chicken.
Oh.
Like it's fake. And this is something you'll notice too with McDonald's or KFC or Taco Bell, any of those places. You order something from there. This is what I want you to do next time. Like when you go somewhere, like one of those places, order an additional item, like an additional burger or chicken or something like that. Leave it in the bag. Put it in the refrigerator for like a week or so, like maybe 2 weeks. Now with regular real food, real food will mold and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you take that out of the refrigerator after a week or 2, it'll just be hard like a rock. No mold or anything.
Yeah.
That's like, bro.
It's kind of one of the more concerning things.
Yeah.
And
that just shows you.
The KFC. Yeah. The KFC in my area is also like they're not great. So I mean, I've not been a huge fan of them.
Yeah. And number 2 we have Chick-Fil-A.
Okay. I mean, I can kind of. I mean, it depends on what's in the number 1 spot.
But when you win the number 1 spot, it's gonna be really argumentative, I think. Number 1 we have Popeyes. Yeah, it's a very argumentative thing because Popeyes can be iffy.
Yeah.
Very iffy.
I think that they've made strides to get on, I'd say, somewhat of a level with Chick-fil-A, but I think in terms of quality of ensuring restaurants like restaurant just consistency, I kind of have the Chick-fil-A. I mean,
yes,
I will say this
I
though,
do.
Popeyes does Popeyes does have a good spices with the chicken sandwich. So I will
They do. I will agree with you on that. Getting into some more questions, try to relate away from statistics and stuff. What is what in your opinion, what's the most hilarious fashion trend or movie that you secretly you just love but no one else knows?
Oh goodness. Not my most favorite fashion trend that I secretly love.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. And if you can't tell me by my Roblox avatar, I do enjoy a good suit and tie and and kind of like older clothing. I'd say. It's especially now it's not as worn, so I kind of like to wear it. I kind of like to sport that, but yeah, that's one of the things. I kind of dress like an older man sometimes.
Alrighty, well, we're gonna go into break number 2, and then we will be back with more with Carpolito. Alrighty. So we're back now with more with Carpolita. And just more questions that we want to know. You work as a shift leader in Bloxburg Chick-Fil-A. Have you experienced any, racism towards you?
I have not. No.
Now, would you say that the staff there is fair and equal?
And this is important. From what I've seen and from what I've witnessed, I would say that that they are fair and equal. They actually are measures that are taken to ensure discipline and proper proper communication to ensure that it remains consistent. So from what I've seen, I would say that it is fair and equal.
All right, all right, all right. And now, would you say that the executive team is fair and up to par?
I would say so. I think we've got ourselves a good group of people on within our executive ranks. Good leaders that are ensuring that we remain consistent as a company, following like a proper corporate purpose. And I think with that, we have to ensure that we're strict, but also that we're having a good time, and also we also have to kind of take into consideration that in the end, the majority of us are just trying to have a good time in this game. Like in the end, this is what we're here for. So I think the executives have that mindset with them as they carry out their operations.
All right, and would you say that your group that you lead are understanding and fair towards you?
Sorry, you said the group I lead.
Yes.
Um, I would say so. I'm always open to to complaints, criticism, and areas of concern within my administration. So I've not received any. That doesn't mean people may not like me, but I've not received any. So, my goal here is to be a rock of knowledge and steadiness to ensure that we remain steadfast in our work here. Um, so with that, I hope to accomplish that within my time here in the Chick-fil-A Bloxburg community.
Now, there was some, I wouldn't say rumors, but there was some messages that where I could say leaked out to the public via YouTube and um YouTube and TikTok about some potentially power hungry and rude staff members. Do those members still work with you all, or?
Um, I I will say there are some. If you look at just the entire employee base, a lot of our employees are actually incredibly friendly. I mean, they'll answer questions. There may be a few that maybe aren't as active, that maybe are power hungry, or maybe are a little bit more rude. But I mean, from what I've seen, I think, and also a lot of people that are maybe were power hungry have either left or are kind of less active. So I would say we have a good group of people in our ranks.
Alrighty, and would you say that um everyone that's in the leadership team actually has a true love for the company?
From what I have viewed, yes, there are some that I think at times may stray away from that, or or from the public view, but I would say in the end, everybody has a common goal here, in leadership.
Alrighty, and would you say that? How do I put this? Would you say that? Well, I say it the way I heard it. So we're gonna get to some relationship things. If you cheat once, not saying that you're the cheating type, but if you cheat once, does that make you a cheater?
Like in what context, if I may ask?
Like if you cheat in a relationship, like if you cheat on your girlfriend or your boyfriend, not gender basic, um, you cheat once, does that make you a cheater?
I mean, in the cheating sense, I would say so.
But
It's
with that, that means if I cut hair once, does that make me a barber?
well,
No, but that's the general
yeah.
concept of it, though.
It's I think it's very, it depends on what it is. Like I've had people use the analogy, if you lie once, you're a liar, and I'm like, yes, but you also have to realize though that the forgiveness should come in with that. And yes, I think it's like the thing is like if you cheat, then it does break the trust. It does make you a cheater, but you can't say, I mean, or in my opinion at least, I look at it as, like you said, like if you cut hair once, that doesn't make you a barber. So I think it's very it's trying to find the word for it. It's more on a case by case basis.
Mhm. Now we have some questions coming in from our audience. One of them asks, "Do you think it is fair that shift leaders are not getting offices, but they are getting cubicles in the headquarters?"
I personally don't have a huge preference for that. I mean, I think a lot of shift leaders work that we're doing is based in the restaurant. I think cubicles fine. I'm fine with offices. I don't really have a huge I personally don't have a huge preference though.
Alrighty. So now, would you say that some of our team members are maybe a little bit demanding? You could say.
Or you said our team members are demanding?
Would you say that?
Um, I th- I think in some areas, yes, I would say so.
Okay. And would you say that maybe our shift leaders are a little bit demanding?
I think if when not taken out of context, the shift leaders are demanding. However, they're demanding a good working environment. They're demanding they're demanding positive things.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to they're demanding that the company is properly maintained. They're demanding like proper performance with employees. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, the word demanding can have a negative connotation at times, but I think in the end, they're demanding things at times, but it's helpful things, I would say.
Yeah, very much.
Like in my shifts, I usually, since I'm sorry going off from right here, but like in my shifts, I usually, yeah, like yes, I would demand, but I demand that you give me like 100% of what you have as an employee, because that's what you signed up for. This is what you're here for. Obviously,
Yes.
you may have bad days, but in the end, we're all here to have fun and to make this company great. And with that,
Mm-hmm.
it comes certain expectations that need to be met. So I would say that in a positive connotation, that yes, we can be demanding.
Yes, 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 yes. And now I'm going into a little political view here, if you don't mind. Um, what's your stance on the current Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump situation?
I'm personally not huge in politics, to be honest with you. I'm not. I've never kind of been completely interested in it. It's from the way I look at it. I mean, I personally kind of want somebody just in general, like that's younger in politics, that can kind of more voice a more broad perspective. Um, someone who will and it's probably never gonna happen, but someone who's equally going to be bipartisan, that will help out, that will help to make sure that everyone's voice is heard, um like as an American,
Okay, now
because I'm
continue.
America's not just one people group. It's not just one. It's everybody. It's every citizen. So that's the way I view that. But then again, I'm not huge in politics, to be quite honest with you.
Alrighty. Now, another political question, or not political, but it could be more like a gentrification question. Do you agree that, this time that we have a lady or a woman in the political presence?
Wait, sorry. You said that you said what again? Like, would you kind of go into more context?
So we have Kamala Harris running for president at the moment. If she wins, this will be the first time in
Oh yes,
the entire United States history that we have a woman as our leader.
Yeah.
Now, do you agree with it?
I mean, here's the thing, which I can't vote legally, but the way I look at it, is that in the end, you should vote on somebody based on their policy, not on their party affiliation or like what they look like. So while yes, I think it would be a tremendous feat to have a woman as president. I think it'd be a tremendous feat to have any certain accomplishment as president. But my goal is if the time I turn or the age I'm able to vote voting on policy besides party and other preferences like that is the way I'm going to lean.
Yes. I completely understand, because most people do vote based off of parties. Most people, even no matter who it is, most people vote based off if they're a Republican or a Democrat. 1 second. And with that, we're gonna go to commercial break.
All right.
And we're live.
Okay, we're back with the Jumpin' into Reality podcast, and I'm your host, Dr. Timmy Anderson, and our guest still here is Carpolitia. So we ended off talking about the European rule us having a lady as our worldwide leader for the first time ever. You were saying that you did agree. Now, and so another political question. Now, it is a law, like this is a law, a general law, that you cannot be a convicted felon and run for president. But they're letting Donald J. Trump run. And I don't know, what's your opinion on that?
I mean, here's the thing. I'm to be honest with you, in order to offer a proper like intellectual opinion on it, that properly reflects my views. I haven't looked into it as well enough. Again, I'm not largely involved in politics completely to offer like an opinion that's like based on facts. So I couldn't offer a true opinion on that, to be honest with you. But I mean, look, and again, my opinion still stands. Like, I want somebody who's going to represent everybody.
Yes. Now, do you think that he is? You wouldn't know, probably most likely, but based on what you do know, would you say that he's in it just for the fame?
I mean, look, he did host what was it called? Was it The Apprentice? Was that the TV show?
I believe so.
He did host that, so people may be inclined to view that opinion. But I mean, again, I stress the point. I'm not entirely sure.
I completely understand. That is all I have for today. Would you have any questions for me?
I don't. I think this is a great time. Thank y'all for having me. I mean, really excited.
Alrighty. Well, that concludes season 1, episode 2 of the Jumpin' into Reality podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Timmy Roosevelt Anderson, and our guest here today is Mr. Carpolitia. We thank you for watching today. We say that you have a wonderful evening, and thank you for watching.